about this? An onside kick to start the game. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
And now a throw on first down there.
Flag him.
Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
2nd and 10, Smith again. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now Gino on first down. It's caught, Lockett. And down inside the 15 he goes. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Smith throwing again. And his throw here's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and I think those numbers.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. Past the 20 for a short gain. 2nd down. Lawrence. Open man. This is Brenton Strange, the tight end. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On play action, Lawrence. That one down the field for Strange. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. They'll run with Etienne. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Now Lawrence out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Now Lawrence to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Lawrence. Under pressure, and they got to him again. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. This ball caught by Strange. Touchdown, Jaguars. Britton Strange, 31 yards. And the Jaguars are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. At their own 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. This is Fant on the short completion. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Smith keeps it on the sneak. Well, the defense right there to stop him. Did he get the yard he needed? He did, says the referee. Barely. 1st down. Credit there goes to those guys up front.
Certainly does, but we're also seeing how quarterbacks are doing it nowadays on the sneak. When I played high school ball, my coach John Ford used to say, just get down behind those guys and pick up the 1st down. Now these guys might hesitate.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On the move to his left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Brings up 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Sets up 4th down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Britton Strange with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. From the 33, here's second down and 8. To the air again, Smith. That's complete to his running back, Dallas. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now third down and 6 to go. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on third down, Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now it's Smith. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing now is Geno. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively, and it's second down. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now Geno. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Smith. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, look and repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the 1st and goal. They go play action now. Lawrence, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. They'll look to throw. Steps away. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And Walker once more. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Straight ahead, Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. This offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already showed in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They snap it to Smith. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence rolling to his left. And he's taken down inside the 30. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Lawrence will throw. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He lets it fly for Lockett. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Now Lawrence to throw. Touchdown, Jaguars! Evan Ingram with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jags are able to add on to their first half lead. They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Now Lawrence on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Now Lawrence out to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Geno on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The final shot here before break. Smith. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Forced out to his left. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, here we go. Sunday.
Geno now to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Foyesade and Oregon. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. On 1st down, Lawrence. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Lawrence to throw. On the move to his left. And it's a fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Short throw to Disley. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating?
Oh, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Smith. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line. On 1st and 10, Smith. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
It's a gain of 6.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that.
And nothing but green grass here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Now Lawrence. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
This is Fant on the short completion. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Smith on 1st down. Going right back to Fant. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, a run with Dallas. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up for it.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. Lawrence will throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Lawrence eluding the pressure right. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down. And now it's 2nd and long. Steps away. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, let's go.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, Seahawks.
From the gun, here's Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. 35 yards. And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dice.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Now Geno. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Lawrence rolling to it, and he's going to go down again. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
A 4-yard loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks are going to take over here up near the 40. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93%.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by Seattle.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf finishing strong with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So down a couple scores, only one timeout left. You figure they have to get this one. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. On first down, it's Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw, Smith. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And they're going to speed things up here.
7 yards. It's 2nd down.
Now it's Smith. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Here's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And the Jaguars are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go.
It's second down and 10.
Now Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Passing lanes tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
That is taken in by the tight end fan. Here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 27 on the play. And the
Smith.
First down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And the Jags will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. It got his man complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Being chased out left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Smith. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Gets this to Fant, and now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Here's 1st down. One last throw here for Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming.